Hi guys, welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make chewy chocolate chip cookies. As you all know, there are three types of cookies, which are soft and chewy, thin and crispy, and then you have your cakey cookie. But today I'm going to be showing you how to make my recipe of soft and chewy cookies. And if you do want to see recipes of thin and crispy or cakey cookies, just let me know and I'll bring the recipe to you. So let's go over the ingredients. So what you'll be needing is 2 cups of flour, and in here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. In here I have 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Here I have 3/4 cup of softened unsalted butter. Now if you decide you're going to be using salted butter, then omit the salt that I have added here. Now you will be needing some chocolate chips, and in here I have 1 3/4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use any chocolate chips of your choice. Also here, actually this is actually 1 300-gram package, which actually equals the 1 3/4 cups of chocolate chips, just so you guys know. And here we have some brown sugar and white sugar. In here we have 1 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And of course you will also be needing some vanilla extract. Make sure you use the pure vanilla extract because it doesn't compare to the artificial. And here I have a small ice cream scoop so we can have our cookies all at the same size, but it doesn't matter. You can use 2 spoons. It doesn't make a difference, but that's just how I like to make mine. And here I have a cookie sheet lined with some parchment paper. If you don't have any parchment paper, you can just spray it with a little bit of Pam or some butter. So here I also have my standing mixer. You can use a whisk and a spatula. Eventually you'll have to go on to a spatula because it'll be too difficult to mix. But I mean, you just have to put in some elbow grease if you want to do it by hand and not use any machines. But I'm going to be using my standing mixer because it's going to make my life a lot easier. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to cream our butter. And once that is done, we'll be adding in our sugars. So right now, just add in your butter. Okay. And then with our paddle attachment, we are going to cream our butter just for about a minute or so until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so into our creamed butter, we're going to add in both of our sugars, and we're going to mix that until it's well incorporated. So just about 30 seconds or so to a minute. Okay, so make sure you have your oven preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And now into our creamed butter and sugar mixture, we're going to add in our 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. And we're going to give that another little mix just for a few seconds until it's well incorporated. Okay, so now we're going to add in 1 to 2 teaspoons of our vanilla extract. And now after adding the vanilla, we just give it another quick mix for like 10 seconds, just to kind of incorporate it. Okay, that's it. And then we'll gently add in our flour mixture, but I'm just gonna give it a quick little mix because it does have our salt, baking soda, and baking powder in it, just to kind of incorporate it all. Then we're going to gently pour it in, and starting on low speed, we're going to start mixing this together, and then you can increase to medium-high speed, just so the flour doesn't go everywhere. Okay, so after every ingredient that you add in, make sure that you scrape along the sides so you get everything well mixed. And now we're going to finally just add in our chocolate chips. And don't over mix it or else you'll get crumbly chocolate chips everywhere, and that's not what we want. So now I'm just going to give it a quick mix till it's all incorporated, just about 10-15 seconds. And then we're ready to make our cookies. Okay, so now if you want to use a bigger ice cream scoop and make bigger cookies, giant, medium, small, whatever, it doesn't matter. So depending on how big you make your cookies, it will depend on how many the batter will make. So I like to just separate mine like this, a couple inches apart so that they don't stick to each other. And I'm using my small ice cream scoop as I previously mentioned to you guys. So I'm just going to continue on placing my cookies on the cookie sheet, and then we're going to be ready to place them into the oven. Okay guys, so our cookies are ready to go into our preheated oven. Now, because I'm making smaller cookies, I have some extra cookie sheets lined with some parchment paper. So as I said, depending on how many, depends on how many you make, depends on how many pans you're going to need. So just have that prepared, and now we're just going to place it into our oven. And now we're going to bake these for 10 to 12 minutes. Now remember, if you make larger cookies, it will take an extra few minutes in the oven. But as soon as you start to see a golden edge around the top of the cookie, then you know your cookies are ready. So I'll let you know what they look like once they're done. Okay guys, so my cookies were in the oven for exactly 12 minutes. Now before transferring them to a wire rack to cool, make sure you leave them in the cookie sheet for at least 3 to 5 minutes, or else they'll break on you and they'll fall into pieces, which will not be good. So we're gonna wait 3 to 5 minutes, then we're gonna allow them to cool. Now I also wanted to let you guys know, if you wanna make this dough ahead of time and refrigerate it, you can definitely do that. But if you do decide to make it ahead of time and refrigerate it before you actually bake them, I would leave the dough outside for about 15 minutes, because that's what I usually do. And then you can go ahead and place them on your cookie sheet and bake them. So that's another option. Now let's let our cookies cool. Guys, so before placing your cookies into a container or a box, make sure they have cooled completely on a wire rack. So that's it, and I'll be making my remaining cookies later. And there you have it, chewy chocolate chip cookies. Okay guys, so I really enjoyed making this video for you guys, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. So I really hope you guys tried this recipe, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see my future videos. And take care. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.